Hello everyone, my name is Chad Dillard, and in this video we're going to show you how to calculate the volumes of your stockpiles. I'm going to open up a previous LP360 drone project that I had created, and I can see my point cloud uh, there in the background. I can turn that off, and I also have an orthomosaic that I brought in. I like to use these when I'm classifying uh, when I'm creating stockpile tows. It allows me to see kind of difference in material color, determine if there are two stockpiles that maybe merged together there. Okay, so the first step would be to outline the stockpile. So I like to go through and outline the easiest ones first. These are that are clearly separated from each other. We have a tool that will, you click on the stockpile, it'll automatically create a feature at the base of that stockpile. I'll click on each of these four stockpiles. And now I'll have a feature at the base of each stockpile, the toe of the stockpile. If I look, I can see, I'll increase the size of that line at the bottom so you can see. All right, so now I see that it created that feature at the base of the stockpile. For editing features, we can easily circle and delete those. For stockpiles that have a conveyor overhead, you'll want to exclude those points on top of the stockpile because that'll increase the volume. It'll make the volume look like there's more material in that stockpile than there are. And one nice thing about the tow extractor is I can automatically classify those overhead points. So I'm going to show right now we're looking at only the unclassified points, and watch as I run the tow extractor. These overhead points are going to disappear. All right, so now I've created a toe at the featured layer there at the base of that stockpile, and I've also classified the overhead points in one step. And to get a better view of that, I'll draw the profile on the stockpile, and you can watch the overhead points. So as I click on the stockpile, you'll see those points disappear. All right, so we've outlined those two stockpiles. I'll leave those in for the final volume calculation. Let's look at a couple of the other feature edit tools. We'll look at these bigger stockpiles where they're kind of running together in the middle. I'm going to increase the maximum size of my tow extractor. And I'm just going to click kind of in the center of this uh, stockpile there. It'll trace a toe around these three. There's three individual piles here. So I got two things going on. One, I've got three separate stockpiles, so I need to separate those. So I've got a tool that allows me to split that feature into three. We've also got an area here where the stockpile toe is climbing up that ramp, and so it's actually, if I look in the profile, you can see the stockpile toe is up on that ramp there. It actually needs to be down here towards the base. So I'm just going to reshape that feature so that I can include that material there at the base. Okay, so now let's separate these features. I'll use the split geometry tool. Now we'll just draw a line down the center where these two stockpiles are separated. And do the same for this one. So now I have three individual stockpile toes there. And so now I would go through all the stockpiles in my project. For the sake of this video, we're not going to do every stockpile in the project. But now I'm going to run the task for calculating the volume. I'll run it on the stockpile toe layer that I created. And now it's going to go through each individual feature. It will create a base layer from the toe that we created, and then using the point cloud surface above that, it will calculate the volume, the space in between the base and the point cloud. Okay, so it's created a feature layer for the volumes. If I go to my table of contents and I right click on the volume layer, I now see a volume for each individual feature in the project. And I'll have the map center on that project, and I'll just click on each one. So we've got 5,174 cubic feet. The units can be changed in the task and the volume task that I ran. I just chose feet for this one, but you can select cubic meters and cubic yards. And then if I wanted to copy these values, I can copy the rows to a clipboard and then paste those into spreadsheet for either calculations I need to make. Okay, so that's the basic workflow for calculating volumes. You first establish the base of the stockpile, and then you make sure to classify any overhead points, and then you calculate the volume, the space in between the base of the stockpile and the point cloud. So thanks for watching, and please visit our website LP360.com. If you have any questions, uh, feel free to reach out to the sales team there. All right, thanks for watching.